Good morning, my loves. What is up? Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another vlog. I'm actually starting this off on a Tuesday for the first time in weeks. I don't know what has been going on recently. It's been getting to Thursday, Friday, and I'm like, oh, I'll probably start the vlog. So hello and welcome. Happy Tuesday. If you're not new here, thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate it. And if you are new, hello and welcome to my little corner of the internet. My name is Ella. I'm 27. I live in Adelaide, South Australia. I do a lot of lifestyle content, lots of vlogs and budgeting and personal finance videos. So if any of that is your vibe, subscribe, give this video a thumbs up as well. It really helps my channel out. It has just gone past 9:30. I'm just getting ready to head out. I'm actually doing something kind of intimidating. I feel like when you watch someone on social media, it's really easy to assume that they're very confident. I would say I'm a generally pretty confident person for the most part. There's some things that I'm like, as confident as I can be, I do also get a little intimidated or a little, I don't know, what's the word? Like scared, anxious, like overthink everything, spiral. Anyway, long story short, I'm going to hang out with a friend for the first time. I'm gonna go grab a coffee down at Brighton. Her name's Lucy. She's actually a follower. We have just been in communications for several years now. I feel like we have a lot of similarities. I feel that way about a lot of you guys. We live very parallel lives and she lives in Adelaide, so do I. One of my things this year is just like pushing myself out of my comfort zone. You know what actually inspired it? Just talking to Georgia. Georgia was here in Adelaide for a week and I swear she saw like half of Adelaide. Just like going on either random dates or friends from social media that she'd never met before. And I just felt so inspired by that. I was like, what is stopping me from doing that myself? I feel like it's so hard in your 20s to make friends, especially with this being my full-time job now. Like I have no co-workers. That's not to say I don't love the friends that I do have. I feel so lucky to have a really great solid circle. In saying that, my core friends are either friends from high school, my childhood, or friends that I've met through Nick. I feel like I haven't really made a lot of friends in my 20s. So here's me putting myself out there, making new friends. Why does it feel so daunting? I'm excited though. It is a little intimidating, also scary. Like hopefully Lucy is not a little strange man that catfished me. Hopefully she is a real 20-something woman. I'm just trying to push myself out of my comfort zone a little bit more. I feel like in my early 20s, even when I was 18, I moved to Canada by myself. I literally didn't know a single soul and I made a whole life for myself over there. I'm just trying to bring back more of that energy. Even last week, I booked a trip to Europe later this year. Like, why the heck not? Originally it was going to be a solo trip. I'm now going with my best friend, which feels a little less daunting, but it's still like I'm on my own. I'm not with Nick. So yeah, meeting a new friend today. I'm very excited. And then I'm going to come home, finish editing the weekly vlog. Hopefully the sponsored portion of that video is approved today so I can upload it tonight. That's going to take up the majority of my afternoon because I have quite a bit of editing to do. So I'm gonna do that. Yeah, that's the plan for today. And then tomorrow I would love to sit down and film my US budget breakdown video. We've been home for like a month now, so I feel like it's probably time. I have collated all the numbers, which has been very insightful. Everything's ready to go. I just need to actually physically sit down and film it. I think it's meant to be really bad weather though for the next 2 days. Like I'm pretty certain it's meant to be raining for 3 days straight. So I don't know how that's gonna look on camera. I don't know, maybe I'll hold off and film that on the weekend because I don't want to sit down and spend all that time filming. And then this has happened before many a time. I like film a video, I'm like, yep, great, wonderful, sit down to edit it and the lighting is just trash. Or as I'm filming, I know that the lighting is trash. So I feel like I can't mentally get into it and then I'm not happy with how I'm talking or just like the vibe of the video. Like a vlog, like I actually couldn't care less. I'm so sorry if this lighting is atrocious, but it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? I'm just living my life. But a sit down video just feels a little bit more formal, like let's at least try, you know? Okay, a little update on I was gonna say my date. It really did feel like a first date yesterday, but my little coffee date with Lucy, it went so well. We just had the best time. We were there for like 2.5 hours. I feel like I could have just carried on chatting. Had so much to say, but yeah, had a lovely time. I'm so glad that I just like bit the bullet and kind of put myself out there and in that kind of position. Why do I feel like I'm 5 years old again? I made a new friend. It's a nice feeling. Also nice to know that at the ripe old age of 27, I've still got it. I can still make friends. But yeah, had a great time. It is now actually Thursday. What is it with me not being able to pick up my camera until the later half of the week? I think because I'm so like focused on my other content, getting the weekly vlog up. I filmed and edited yesterday my US budget. I just sat down to film like the last little clip because the sun started setting and my camera died yesterday. This is my least favorite part about winter. I love the cold and the coziness, but the fact that the sun sets at 4:30 is not a vibe. So I just filmed the last little bit for that. I'm gonna quickly import it onto my laptop, edit it, and I'll upload it tonight. I also filmed a little debt-free update for my TikTok and Instagram because we have really exciting things happening, you guys. We're so close to being debt-free or like consumer debt free, and it's such a good feeling. Also, our house is a mess. I have shit everywhere. I've got my makeup everywhere. I've got my U-Foods from lunch. I've got my tripod. We've got a whole bunch of recycling, a pile of clean laundry that we need to fold and put away. Like, the house is a bit of a mess. Some washing up to do. We're in all sorts, aren't we, Moo? I mean, it's clean, it's just not tidy. You know the vibes. Oh my god, yay. I'm so excited to read this. Thanks, Tash. Oh my gosh, stop. That is so freaking cute. This is so me. Hang on, let me girl math this. Look at that. I am obsessed. Her Instagram and Etsy is Groovy Chick Giftware. And just give me a discount code, LF15, if you guys want to pick anything up. This is so stinking cute. Thank you so much. I've just spent the last half an hour filming a Instagram reel and TikTok. I don't know why it took me so long.
Take a look around. Do you see her anywhere? News flash. You're not gonna.
Not too shabby. Putting my year 12 drama skills to the test. I don't know what inspired that, but I just felt in the mood to do a bit of a lip sync moment, if you will. Yeah, Nick's just popped to the shops to go pick up some stuff. We're gonna have a little at-home date night. I have no idea what he's got planned for us, so we will see. We've been kind of alternating between the both of us. Last week I planned us a little movie date. We went and saw Inside Out 2, which was so good. I love the first one, but the second one, in my opinion, was even better. Highly recommend going to watch it. The whole cinema was literally just full of adults. I think there was like one child. While Nick is out running errands, I'm gonna start prepping dinner. We're having chicken curry for dinner tonight. So I'm gonna chop up the chicken breast with all my herbs and spices. We don't have any chili, so I'm gonna improvise with just like jar chili and hope for the best. I'll have the recipe on the screen for anyone that's looking for an easy curry recipe. This is like our go-to. It's actually my mum's recipe, which I always struggle with whenever my parents come over for dinner. I'm like, what do I cook you that I haven't stolen from you? Like 99.9% of all of my recipes are from my mum. So like, what am I gonna cook you that you don't already know? Or a recipe that you're not gonna cook 10 times better, do you know what I mean? Like mum's is always gonna be better than mine. I think it's time I discover some new recipes for myself, but yeah, just a quick easy curry for dinner tonight, and we're gonna have a nice cozy night in. Oh, brother, I've been doing 2 different colors.
Yeah, I think I may have done that too. Should we put the light on?
No, then it like ruins the ambience. What was that? Happy Monday. It's actually not even the morning, it's 12:25. I'm trying to be quiet because Nick's in a meeting upstairs, like directly above me. But I've just spent the morning doing my editing for this vlog, which I realized like I really have not spoken to you guys at all this week, so love that. Stunning. How are we? I just like, I don't know, I haven't been in a very chatty mood. I woke up today though feeling like I have so much to say and share with the world. I don't know where that's come from, but hello. I think I might actually continue this vlog on through to tomorrow because we're off to Sydney later this week. So I'll just start up like a new vlog then. But yeah, I'm just doing my midday skincare. I've actually had a few questions from you guys asking what I've been using recently, which is such a compliment. My skin, truthfully, has like not been the best. I think a lot of it is hormonal. I had my first period after having my miscarriage this past week, and in the lead up to that, my skin was atrocious. It was also just like atrocious when I was pregnant, like the hormonal acne. That was like one of my first symptoms. Yeah, I guess it's just like all the hormones in my body. It's starting to clear up now that my period is over, but I've been loving Go-To skincare. They sent me a PR package a few months ago. I've used this before, the Face Hero. Love it, obsessed. It's just like so calming on the skin. And then I've also been loving the Very Luxe face cream. I think I'm meant to use this at night, but I'm not wearing makeup today, so. But loving these, my cute little skincare shelf from Kmart. I actually have two of them. I should probably put another one up. But yeah, good morning, good afternoon, happy Monday. How are we? I'm just closing the door so Nick can't hear me. I don't want to interrupt his meeting, but I had the most relaxing, cozy weekend. You guys saw we had a bit of a Sunday reset yesterday. Did a bunch of washing. It's been so hard. We don't have a dryer at our house, which we should really invest in one. I've just never been a dryer gal. I don't know. My mum never dried clothes growing up, obviously as like a way of saving money because it's so expensive to run a dryer in Australia. We air dry everything. It's just been such awful weather recently. It's taking forever to dry clothes. The sheets, don't even think about it. Don't even bother. Nick's parents are actually in Europe at the moment, so we've been kind of popping over to check on the house and water the plants and stuff. So I think we might bring some laundry over tonight so we can dry some stuff and use their dryer. We're off to Sydney later this week, I think I mentioned. So I'd love to come home to some fresh, crisp sheets on my bed. No grocery shopping tonight, which is unfortunate. I love grocery shopping. It's honestly probably one of my favorite parts of the week. I feel like you either love it or hate it. I love it. Nick and I will nearly always do it together as well. So I feel like it's a bit of quality time together, and I just feel like it sets the tone for the rest of the week. But we're not going to be here, so we're just working our way through whatever's left over in the fridge. Yeah, had a very wholesome Saturday night at home. As you guys saw, we did some beading. I don't know what it's called, like melting beading. This was 100% Nick's idea. He saw it at Kmart. I think the set is like $10 for like a bucket of these beads and the stencils. You like add the beads to the stencil and then iron over it when it's done. One of my core childhood memories is doing that at Osh after school care. I was a big after school care and before school care kid because both my parents worked. We were like the first people to arrive at 7 in the morning. With the last to be picked up at like 5:36. I loved Osh though. It was so fun. So yeah, really took me back to that time. I don't know if that's still, actually it is still a thing because one of you guys said you work at an after school care and you still do it. And I was like, oh, some things never change. I also did a bit of reading this weekend. I'm reading Part of Your World by Abby. I know it's not Jimenez. I'm absolutely butchering that, but yeah, Part of Your World. Absolutely loving this. I'm not a big rom-com, like just romance reader in general. I love a thriller. I dabble in a bit of fantasy. I've literally just read Fourth Wing and that's about it. I don't mind a romance novel, but 9 times out of 10, I start it with the best of intentions and then I can't. I just can't. It's so cheesy. It's so cliche. The dialogue is just like awful, unbelievable, just like incredibly cheesy. I don't know. That's just not me. That's not how I am in my relationship. So I just don't find it believable maybe. Like I actually couldn't think of anything worse. If Nick spoke to me like how some of these guys in these books do, I'd be like, you're giving me the ick. I'm so sorry. Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. Literally one of the worst books I've ever read in my entire life. It was so cringy. So cringy. What was one of the quotes? I wrote it down because I was like, how is this a book? Which, no offense if you enjoy it, because I know there's a lot of ugly love lovers out there. This one, say the word ox. Miles says the word ox. I smile. I love the word ox. It's my new favorite word. Just stuff like that, just not a vibe. Anyway, this book's really good. I kind of went in a bit blind. I'd heard a few people talking about it, but I really didn't know what to expect. But I love the dialogue. I love the banter. Like, it's just a really great storyline. So I'm really enjoying this so far. How far into it am I? I like devoured the first half in one sitting and I haven't picked it up in like a week or two. I'm 65% of the way through, so I have about an hour left of this. I also love a dual POV. So yeah, that's what I did this weekend. Basically read, had a cute little date night, did some cleaning yesterday, went over to my parents' house for Sunday night dinner. Yeah, had Nick's brother over. I'm trying to think what else. Like, I really feel like it was a very cozy at-home weekend. I just have been the worst about picking up my camera and actually talking to the camera. Hello, gorgeous girl. But yeah, this morning I've just been editing. I'm gonna hit up some U-Foods for lunch because I'm starving. It's like 12:30, but I have literally been thinking about lunch for the last hour. I feel like my banana berry smoothies, now that we're out of summer and it's so freaking cold, I feel like they just haven't been cutting it. I've been getting so hungry, so I think I might need to switch over to my protein oats. Oh, stinking devil.
Hello, baby.
You have whatever you want, you decide. Yeah, you can have it.
You go first, though.
No, you go, you go.
Okay.
You go, you go. I have the buffalo chicken.
Sure.
The baby. This is us like fully exposing ourselves. I don't think I've ever talked about this in the vlog. We have this microwave that we got from Kmart. Never read the instructions.
Yeah.
Chucked the instructions.
I chucked him away.
For the life of us, we cannot figure out how to set the timer, like how to actually put it on. So we just press the button that says 30 seconds and we just keep pressing.
For rice, 12 minutes.
Hello, gorgeous girl. You look very red on camera.
You're not red.
Are you a bit of a red girl? No, she is red. It says so on her certificate.
She's
red
golden.
Cocker Spaniel. Look at this.
Lovely.
The weather has been so weird today. It's like sunny, but it's raining. On my fresh load of laundry that I just put out. Love that. Also, our entire garden has been taken over by leaves. This afternoon is largely going to consist of me filming some short form content because I'm not going to be home for most of this week. You will be though. You'll be here. Yeah. I have my what I spend in a week, my payday routine, and there's one more that I want to film. Oh, I just want to film like a general coffee chat. I don't know if I'll do that today or maybe tomorrow because I need some b-roll of me making my coffee. This is my little iPhone tripod from Amazon. Oh, okay. I forgot to do one of the legs. There we go. All I really needed to do is get the footage and then I can always do the voiceover and like the scripting part of what I'm gonna say after the fact, like when I'm away. But the actual content, the video footage, I need to get now. So, I know, such a hard life. Someone's gotta live it. I still cannot fathom that this is my job. I was actually reflecting on this earlier this week because I did a little Q&A on my Instagram stories and someone said like, do you worry about like not being relatable anymore now that your income's increased? And I'll read out my response because I feel like this pretty much sums it up. They said, do you worry that the more you earn, the less relatable you'll be to your audience? I said, sometimes, but damned if you do, damned if you don't. And what I mean by that is like sharing. If I do share, I'm damned, and if I don't share, I'm also damned. Do you know what I mean? Like people, yeah, there's no winning. There was one time when I didn't disclose like fully what I made, like when I first quit my job, because I kept it all in my business account because I was like scared of not being able to afford to live. And I had a few comments being like, why are you hiding your income now? So like there's literally no winning. But also I said I've shared my financial journey from when I was making $50,000 a year to being unemployed 3 times. So now being in this incredibly fortunate position that is also a culmination of 12 plus years of work. I've been on YouTube since high school and it would feel dishonest to just suddenly stop sharing because now I'm finally thriving. I think a lot of relatability in anything, especially when it comes to social media, comes from like authenticity and just like being yourself, sharing your life in whatever form. There's so many people that I watch online that I literally have nothing in common with, but I love seeing them live their lives and live their reality. I love watching running content. I will never run a day in my life, but like, why is that so satisfying to me? I love watching stay-at-home mums. I'm not a stay-at-home mum myself, but but like maybe that will one day be my reality. Do you know what I mean? I love watching people from New York and London, and like I don't live in those places. I probably never will. I enjoy their content because it's authentic to them. Anyway, yeah, I think a lot of relatability comes from authenticity, and it would be incredibly insincere for me to fudge the numbers or hide my life that I've been sharing for over 12 years to appear more relatable. My socials aren't about comparison, good or bad, and I stand by this. It's about creating a safe space to open up the conversation around personal finance, especially for young women, and to motivate each other. That is something that I feel so strongly about. I'm not a financial expert. I have never claimed to be. I probably never will be. As much as I love personal finance and I love sharing my journey with it, I think a lot of my enjoyment comes from it being my life. Like, money is at the center of everything that we do, and there's such a crossroad between your money, your mental health, your lifestyle. And so I really enjoy like that crossroads between both of them, and just opening up that conversation, just like a regular gal who was 18 months ago working a $50,000 job, and here I am now. Like, I am right now living out my dreams. Was I 18 months ago? Even 6 months ago? No. I think it's easy though to watch someone and see their chapter 12 and compare it to your chapter 1. Like, I'm guilty of doing that and being like, oh, I wish I was there, or I wish I could do that. Yeah, I really just want my little corner of the internet to be a space where people feel inspired and motivated, or just like where they can relate with someone, just me. Me living my authentic life, and hopefully encouraging you guys to live your best authentic life as well. In saying that, I also, especially in this current climate, 100% recognize my privilege, and I would never want my content to come across as me bragging, or I don't know, for anyone to feel inferior or discouraged by what I'm sharing. And I hope that anyone that watches my content knows that what I do share and what I do post online is only ever coming from a good place. And if it ever morphed into something other than that, then I would totally, I don't think I would be very happy person, to be honest, if I start feeling like that. And I guarantee my friends or my family would call me out on it. Like, I have a very good circle around me that, you know, keep me humble. So love that. Anyway, I don't know how I got into that tangent, but it just got me thinking. That was one of the questions that I got on my Instagram. I actually got heaps of really good ones. Maybe let's answer a few while we're here, because I have not spoken to you guys all week apparently. Let me go through. I got tons that I just like couldn't get to. Did you go to uni? If so, what did you study? Yes, I did. I never graduated, but I studied a Bachelor of Communications and Professional Writing. What was the best piece of advice you wish you received before buying your home? Always budget more than you think it's going to cost. Never max yourself out. Like, whatever you're approved for, lowball it. And then in terms of building our house, my dad said just add PowerPoints everywhere, which we did. We added extra PowerPoints in pretty much every room, but there's still places in our house that I wish there were PowerPoints. Especially in the kitchen. I feel like we just don't have enough. Have you always been financially savvy, or have you struggled to pay bills, etc.? You really inspire me. Thank you. I've always had a very, I guess, like financially savvy mindset. I think from my upbringing, both my parents super hardworking, like came from nothing, struggling single mother of 4 kids, and my dad kind of similar vibes, started working full-time when he was 16 as a mechanic, and they've created this incredible life for themselves. And growing up, there was a lot of, because I'm one of 5 kids, there was a lot of sacrifices and just like money hacks, and just the general talk about money. It wasn't like a scarcity mindset, but it was like, I don't know, financially savvy. So I definitely had that leg up when it came to managing my own finances as an adult. It's definitely not something that I take for granted, is that exposure to talking about money and managing my own money and that healthy money mindset. I think I've always been financially savvy. I wouldn't say I've ever necessarily struggled to pay bills, but there has been times when I've been stressed about money. It's never gotten too bad, but that, yeah, I like have lost my job 3 separate times, or one time I quit because I was being bullied in the workplace and I literally couldn't handle it anymore. So I had to leave that job for my mental health. But 2 other occasions I've lost my job very unexpectedly. That has obviously led to a lot of financial stress and pressure, but I think I've now kind of perfected or implemented some good tools and resources to help with that if I was ever in that position again. Main one being like an emergency fund. When I lost my job last time, I knew like I've got this buffer, I've got this emergency fund to kind of keep me going, and it kind of took the pressure off finding another job straight away. I'm wanting to buy in the near future. I'm guessing this is a house. Any tips on how to start the process? How exciting. My first tip is to start going to open inspections just to see what's out there. That way you can kind of gauge interest and what your money might be able to get you. And then also see a broker straight away. I think that's definitely the key. Even before you are ready to buy, we saw one probably like 6 months, 12 months before we actually were in a position to buy a house, and he really laid it all out. He said, this is how much you can borrow, this is what your interest rate will be at this point, what your repayments will be, how much deposit you'll need, just like all the logistics and how it worked. What type of law does your husband do? Love your content. Thank you so much. This is another big question. A lot of questions about Nick and his job. He is a lawyer. He is a junior lawyer, I guess you could say, although I don't think that's his official title. I don't really know. Yeah, he's a lawyer. He works in employment law. Where in the UK are you from? I am from a place called Staines. If you're familiar with LEG, Staines, West Side, like that is where I'm from. I'm from Staines. Oh, you're so wet, darling. You're so wet. How are you going after your loss? I haven't really talked too much about it on here. I feel overall okay, like pretty good. Like I feel, it's weird, like I feel good overall, which I feel bad about saying. There are definitely moments though where something just like triggers a wave of emotion, or it's been particularly hard, which is maybe why I haven't really picked up the camera a lot this week. It's coming up on like when we would have, announced it, getting into our second trimester. And so yeah, that's just brought a whole new wave of emotions, which I wasn't expecting. Having to like unsubscribe to all the baby forums and emails and stuff, like there's a lot. Even this is so triggering. If you have any kind of app, like the Flow app, for instance, I used to track my period on it all the time, and then once you find out you're pregnant, you switch it over to like the pregnancy version. And after I miscarried, I had to like switch it back. Oh, it was just awful. I really wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. Yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna answer. I really have to film these reels, so enough chit-chatting. I guess I can show you guys the behind the scenes. There's really not much to it. Here we have the coffee machine. If you've watched any of my Instagram reels or TikToks, I basically just film myself making my coffee.